Hi, my name is Phil. I like talking about politics, and in this video I'd like to discuss the government's latest attempts to try and win over the American government, who earlier this week made clear exactly which side of this Brexit Northern Ireland Protocol farce President Biden stands on. But first, if you'd like to be notified of daily news and politics, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification icon. So, as if it weren't obvious before, President Biden's office released a statement earlier this week making it clear that the president wants the Northern Ireland Protocol to be honoured, and that means operating the Irish Sea border in line with the deal that Boris Johnson claimed in 2019 and part of 2020 was a great oven-ready deal for Britain and Northern Ireland both. Naturally, this is not quite in line with what Boris Johnson wants. It seems that he wants Biden to say that Johnson's oven-ready deal is a load of rubbish and must be thrown in the bin. Do Americans say bin? Trash can, isn't it? I think they say trash can. But bin or trash can, Biden is saying nothing of the sort. And it's moments like this where I just have to pause and reflect. I mean, most of my life has been spent under a Conservative government, so most of my life has been spent bemoaning what as I see as backwards priorities, really. But only recently have I had to keep reflecting on situations like this. Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, wants foreign powers like the EU and the US to say that his carefully negotiated treaties are so bad that they need to be disintegrated with all haste. And as if that wasn't insane enough, he actually seems to be upset when these foreign powers say that Boris Johnson's plans are totally viable and the best way forward. It's enough to drive you round the twist. So after failing to persuade the American authorities of the stupidity of Boris Johnson's idea by sending officials over, the Clown Prince of Lies has now sent his number one, Dominic Raab. This should be good. So, in defence of breaching international law and risking the Good Friday Agreement, for which the United States is a co-guarantor, Raab tried the following three lines of attack. 1. He suggested that it is the EU trying to threaten peace with the imposition of an Irish sea border. Now, this one won't work because the Northern Ireland Protocol calls for an Irish sea border. Right there, and in the legally binding portion as well. The text notes that nothing in the protocol impedes the right of the UK to have unfettered access for goods passing from Northern Ireland to Britain. Notice that word there, unfettered. MPs like using that, you need to guarantee unfettered access for trade between Britain and Northern Ireland, unfettered, because they're trying to say, well, that's what it says in the text, the legal agreement to the withdrawal agreement. It says unfettered access for goods passing from Northern Ireland to Britain. It says nothing in respect of the other way around, because the other way around is not possible if we have a different customs arrangements. Both the White House and representatives of Capitol Hill have made it clear that the UK signed up to an Irish sea border, and not implementing it is a unilateral breach of an important international treaty. For his second trick, he pulled the Article 16 rabbit out of the hat again, pointing out that when the EU threatened to use the article for all of about 5 hours, it caused tensions to increase. Well, not to downplay the stupidity of the EU Commission on that occasion, the problem with plugging this line to the US is twofold. It lasted a few hours. Nobody is going to blow it out of all proportion on the west side of the Atlantic as a result. Also, banging on about how reckless it was is only going to make the government look even more stupid, lose even more credibility when they try the same trick. Remember, they have been threatening to use the same trick. And the thing is that banging on about the EU's folly over Article 16, it works in the UK, absolutely works in the UK, because you take advantage of nationalistic hubris. But although there's plenty of nationalistic hubris in America, it's for America, not for Britain. It's not going to wash. And finally, he tried to say that the EU aren't committing to the UK's level of borderless trade. Again, not going to cut any ice with a protectionist society like the United States. They insist upon the importance of international law when it suits them, much like many powerful nations. On this occasion, it suits them. And international law stipulates that if you have different customs arrangements, you have a customs border between those different customs arrangements. And nothing Raab says is going to change this. But aside from Raab's silliness, I did find the overall attempts to engage interesting, because I've said before, in the past, UK governments have sought only really to engage with the president, never the Senate. And this is a genuinely new direction for the UK. Now, of course, it's been forced. It's not down to a rethink as such. They have no chance of engaging with the White House, because that's what they would normally do. That's what governments always do. UK governments always do. They try and engage with the White House because they believe that's where the power is. They're not quite right. But Biden, no chance. He's anti-Brexit and he's anti-Johnson. And he has been vocal on both of these things. We don't have to infer it from the way he acts or the things he says. He has stated it clearly enough. And it may be that Boris Johnson has learned that the real power in America is in the Senate. Much like the power in the UK is in Parliament, Johnson has the power he has, not because he is Prime Minister, but because he has a majority of MPs tamed. Trump had the same level of power due to the same level of control over Republican senators. But as I've said before, Johnson's attempts to paint the EU as the bad guys are going to fall for two reasons. One, objectively, it is the UK in the wrong. We claimed the treaty. We said it was our treaty. We didn't just accept it. Boris Johnson claimed it as his. He wrote it. He negotiated it. He convinced the EU to agree to it. And now he's breaching it. We are objectively in the wrong on this. And the second thing is, even considering diplomacy, normal diplomacy, where it's not always the side that's in the right that gets America on their side, Ireland in particular has a very close relationship with the Senate. The UK, as I said, has mostly ignored it until now. We've literally gone to them and said, so yeah, we usually like to hang out with your president, but he thinks we're all tossers, so what say we hang out together, just for a while, just until you get a better president, then we'll leave you alone. I'm not sure that line really works. And that wasn't the end of the matter. Naturally, the EU had a thing or two to say about this tit-for-tat battle over who is threatening peace in Northern Ireland. Not worth spending too much time on that. It's easy enough for them. The UK agreed the withdrawal agreement. Boris Johnson claimed it as his own. He won a general election on the back of it. The mandate is crystal clear. Boris Johnson must stand by the agreement that he says he wanted and certainly formed the basis of his political power. There really isn't any more to be said on that. For those saying that the protocol is damaging Northern Ireland, well, the solution is simple. We go back into the transition period until we have the systems ready to cope with it. Simple as that. We do not create the conditions whereby the only legal solution is a hard border inside Ireland. If Johnson thinks that creating these conditions but then blaming the EU because they'll be the ones who erect it is going to work, it will not. It will in the UK, sure, but the world will see it differently. And I often worry about the power that Johnson is abusing here in Britain now. We are headed into very dark times potentially. For what was once an emerging liberal democracy, it's now increasingly authoritarian. But his international gambits are less clear. He's not in a position to do what many authoritarian governments do. Sort of they band together. The problem is that he needs alliances with democratic nations. He's not going to cozy up to Russia. It's not going to work. He's not going to visit North Korea and say how, we need to form a bridge there. That's not going to work. He needs the democratic nations. And this is just not going to get it. Because as he tightens his grip on our throats, the world will tighten theirs on his. Not that it will do us any good. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Hope you found the video interesting. If you did, don't forget to click the like button. And if you'd like to support the channel further, please also click the Patreon link for details. And until next time, I'll see you later.